We love the 7 Deadly Sins and you should too. This is an amazing anime and manga, and definitely on our list of top 10 anime that we highly recommend checking out. Today we're going to discuss the origins and a little bit of information behind Meliodas, the dragon sin of wrath from the 7 Deadly Sins. Warning, this video does contain quite a few spoilers for the whole series, as they are needed to fully explain the character. So go watch the show and come back if you want to avoid those spoilers. Once again, there are spoilers in this video. Alright, now the 7 Deadly Sins were an independent order of holy knights serving for the kingdom of Leonis. They were holy knights, but they were a unique sub-faction of the holy knights, as they were made up of some of the most brutal criminals in the kingdom. Their crimes left each of them branded by the kingdom as a reminder of their actions. This brings us to Meliodas, the dragon sin of wrath. Meliodas has a fun, carefree personality and is also the owner of the Boar Hat, a tavern famous for its food. It's terrible, terrible food, but at least the booze is good. Meliodas is also known to be pretty handsy, as he tends to grope quite a few of the female cast members. And on top of that, he is also the captain of the 7 Deadly Sins, though he is often mistaken for a child due to his very childlike appearance, when in fact, he is actually thousands of years old. Which brings us to the start of his story. Now, we don't know the entire history as of the time we are making this video, but we will share what we do know. Meliodas was a part of the ancient war where he got to know the 10 Commandments, who were an extremely powerful group of warriors picked by the Demon King himself, and at some point he even clashed with his own brother Zeldris. Now, at the end of the ancient war, the Demon Clan, which Meliodas was a part of, was sealed up, but somehow he escaped. He wouldn't be seen again until he was a holy knight for the kingdom of Danafor. It is here that he met a knight from an enemy kingdom named Liz, which he saved as she was sentenced to death for her attack on Danafor. He brought her back to his home where they lived together, and he would frequently grope her. Typical Meliodas. Only to get a violent reaction out of her. Even with her violent reactions though, they grew closer, and she eventually considered Meliodas her lover, calling him the most important person to her. Things could have been good for Meliodas, except he wasn't the only member of the Demon Clan to escape the sealing, and soon a member of the 10 Commandments, Fraudrin, would find him. This demon started attacking the city of Danafor, causing massive destruction, and in his wake of death, he killed Liz. This infuriated Meliodas, and his rage caused his powers to grow out of control, and in an explosion of sheer power, he leveled the entire kingdom of Danafor, leaving Fraudrin on the brink of death. Now, we don't know exactly how Meliodas went from being a holy knight in Danafor to its only survivor to being the captain of the 7 Deadly Sins. Well, at least not yet. But eventually in his journeys, he saved a young giant girl named Deanne who was being bothered by the Knights of the Golden Wheats. Due to his kindness and the fact that he treated her like a normal person and not a freakish giant, she fell in love with him and followed him into the 7 Deadly Sins faction. He also recruited Bon the Immortal by literally punching him out of the jail cell that he was in. Bon grew excited as he had finally found a proper opponent, and he requested they continue their fight. So Meliodas got him to join the 7 Deadly Sins, telling him that they could continue fighting if he would join him. Now, Meliodas' ability is Full Counter. This basically allows him to fully counter an opponent's attack, both physical and magical, and redirect it at them with even greater power. His full counter can be used in many other ways than just reflecting an attack, but also the ability to completely nullify an attack with what's called a counter vanish. And he also has the revenge counter, which is considered his ultimate attack and is only to be used in dire situations, as it only has a survival rate of about 0.2%. With the revenge counter, he turns off his ability and begins to take full damage. He stores this damage, and when he has taken enough, he charges it into his blade and unleashes all that power in a devastating blow to his enemy. On top of that, he is a former member of the Demon Clan and therefore has a number of hidden abilities and a tremendous amount of strength. As Meliodas' wrath grows, the demonic influence inside him grows stronger and sometimes completely takes over, putting putting Meliodas in a pseudo-trance as he fights his opponents with tremendous power, as well as giving him the ability to fly and protect himself with the growing demon tattoos on his body. And while most sources say that he is a full-blooded demon, I have a personal theory that he might be more of a hybrid between a demon and another race. My guess is the goddess race, allowing him to feel compassion and empathy towards others, unlike most demons. But like I said, that's just a personal theory for another time. And that's some information about the dragon sin of wrath, Meliodas of the 7 deadly sins. Who is your favorite of the sins? Would you like to hear more about my theories behind some of the characters? Let us know in the comments down below, and give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more great content. We really do appreciate it. I'm Dan with Comic TV, and I will see you guys next time.